can, make every effort to be free.
That's what I'm
What denomination you are, but. I'm sorry.
Well, you got the right guy. I can handle it. I got tough skin, 29 years of pastoring. It is my first time up here, so I'll not forget that. But very quickly.
You gotta know, these folks look a little grim. They need a little
Well,
laugh.
and we all traveled from some of the outlet counties, and there's other individuals that we have here to speak that are specialized in certain areas, and I think, what's your name, ma'am?
Susan Henry.
And Miss Susan, I want to make sure she gets on, but let me.
She's two down, but she's coming.
Very good, and very quickly, let me say that from my perspective, 29 years pastoring, 26 years in the Air Force. I'm president of an organization out in Bibb County that joins in with Twiggs County and joins in with Jones County, which in tell shows that the Swift Creek landfill, and let me say what I'm asking, is that I'm asking either, well, the first big one is, I really believe that the state really need to get more involved in the concept of landfills in the state of Georgia. Because when I look at it from my minute studies, I'm seeing that the state many times lean on the cities, the counties, and the counties lean on budget reasons, but they begin to lean on the statistics that come from the actual landfill. And so what's happening is a lot of these questions and a lot of these facts about liners, about the leaches, about just the lifespan of the landfills, I'm blown away that the state is not directly on top of what's happening in your state. And I think that's a new out-of-the-box thinking. As a pastor, I don't normally come up here to deal with something like this. I had to get out of the box in starting an organization of communities because, I get to do something a little different. I get not only to see these types of things go through, but I get to go to people's homes where they have gardens. I get to visit them when they're sick in that area. I get to visit them when they're dying, and I get to bury them. And what we're noticing is all of our rural areas are areas that people use gardens, not to mention the farms, the ranches, and other things of that nature. So we're sitting on a time bomb by not getting directly on top of, as a state, and saying whether you own a landfill as a county, a city, or as a private owner, these are the perimeters. 110, I say that either it needs to go or there needs to be a strong amendment that allows particulars. Right now, what I'm noticing with Swift Creek landfill, and I hope they're here, is that we have to beg, fight, and steal, and I give a little thanks to Senator Epps, Bubba Epps, Representative Epps, because to get a normal report in the newspaper on the inspection statistics of the landfill. So if you got a landfill in your backyard, which thousands of these residents do, the least they can lean on is an inspection. Well, the inspections are not done, they're not posted, and so we have to do community upstands to get it done. So that's why I said if the state would look at the fact that other states are beginning to take advantage of our state by shipping in their garbage, and we're leaning on private industry studies, we're leaning on cities and counties that cannot afford to pay for a very expensive in-depth statistical study. So eventually it's going to affect the state for cleanup. The lady mentioned fires, not to mention the soil, the water, and the air. We're talking respiratory issues, we're talking cancer, we're looking at property value, and all of these things. And then the other one that my brother mentioned earlier is that when the time comes, and we've seen it across the country, it's no myth. We can look all across our great country and see where when these landfills are completed and they can't go any higher, they can't go any deeper, you can't press them anymore, poof, there they are, they are abandoned. And again, how do we know 40 years from now how much it would take to clean it up? So my thing is, I would like to see the state. We talk about government involvement. I would appreciate the level of intelligence from the people that's entrusted with dealing with our laws and our bills to look at this also on your own, because it's going to keep coming up as other states say, we don't want it in our state. And they're going to bring it to Georgia because we have the great God-given green country that's isolated. So I want to yield right there and stop right there. Did I preach too long?
No, sir.
All right,
You're right on time.